Welcome back to One Crack News. And Bill Cosby's wife, Camille, has still pushing for the ethics board to investigate Judge Stephen T. O'Neill of harboring a secret bias for Bill Cosby during the case because of his supposed grudge with a pretrial witness. She traveled to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the state capital, with the Los Angeles lawyer and filed a complaint with the Judicial Conduct Board. That move comes like right after they just sentenced Bill Cosby. Well, it was before they sentenced Bill Cosby, but they knew he was going to sentence Bill Cosby for some time behind bars with this lack of evidence that supposedly happened from when he drugged a woman that was on his estate back in 2004. Bill Cosby is sentenced up to 3 to 10 years in prison on 3 felony counts, but it's likely that he'll probably end up doing 2 at the most. And she says that she's filing a complaint against Judge O'Neill on behalf of not only Bill Cosby, but all citizens who may one day have found themselves in his corrupt courtroom. The judge may be held accountable for his unethical behavior. One of the reasons why I don't go to Philadelphia. I don't want to be caught in a situation, and next thing you know, I'm on trial in Philly. Don't want to be there. She renewed all her allegations that O'Neill had that grudge with Bill Cosby. And he's the former Montgomery County District Attorney. Well, he's not, but Bruce Castor, who testified for the defense in 2016 pretrial hearing. Castor declined to prosecute Cosby when the accuser, Andrea Constead, first came forward in 2005 because the decision is binding. O'Neill, finding no evidence of an immunity agreement, upheld the charges, and Cosby was convicted in the second trial this spring. This is unbelievable, right? No evidence of an immunity agreement, but you upheld the charges and convicted him in the second trial this spring. Bill Cosby lawyers had earlier asked for the judge to step down before the retrial because his wife's work as an advocate for college sex abuse victims and called the case a political football in the 2015 race for district attorney. Castor was seeking to return to that office that fall, but he lost to Kevin Steele, who charged Cosby as more accusers came forward and Cosby's deposition testimony and Constance related silver lawsuit thing. And then all that stuff became unsealed. Then a defense lawyer filed another motion in Montgomery County Court last week asking O'Neill to recuse himself before the sentencing. They said the alleged O'Neill-Castor feud dates back to the 90s when they both pursued the county prosecutor's job and O'Neill dated a woman in Castor's office. This seems like conflict of interest to anybody else involved. Steele, in response, called the latest effort to unseat O'Neill a desperate 11th hour attempt to stop the sentencing. And O'Neill, they has not ruled out the motion and did not return a call for comment when everybody brought up the ethics complaint. He issued a passionate defense of his judicial independence when he refused to step down before the trial, saying his wife has the right to be involved in anything that she believes in. That's all he would say. The lawyer that was involved, Samuel Stratton, regularly defends lawyers and judges in Pennsylvania's ethics cases and once served as the state disciplinary board. He said the ethics complaint are supposed to be filed, to avoid mangling people with frivolous accusations. And Cosby spokesman Mr. Wyatt said that the family was not releasing the complaint itself, but only Camille Cosby's statement. Stratton doubted the move would delay the sentences. If it did, he said, every criminal defendant would file a complaint. Which is true. But he should have recused himself, knowing his relationship with the prosecutor. See, playing with the recusal issue is now publicizing the complaint. I don't see how that advances the ball in the long run, but it makes them look like they're desperate. Well, yeah, it does, but they have a point. See, the thing is, people forget, if someone has a point, then, it needs to be paid attention to. So, what do you think about this situation? Because other people need to, pay attention and look at the situation for themselves and see, because they might be in a situation in which they're going to discover, like, wow, this judge is corrupt, and is, a lot of you guys are not in the Cosby's position where they can hire a private investigator, which they did days before the hearing. She's attacked the judge, said he was arrogant, corrupt, he was unethical, and she had an ethics complaint and hired a former FBI agent to investigate him. See, we don't have the means to hire a former FBI agent to go and investigate somebody. So we might need to hear this information and proceed in our proper standards. But you tell me what y'all think. It's your boy Carcino for One Crack News. I am out.